Let them speak. Please repeat or answer. Are you studying? Were they studying? Will he be resting? Aren't you playing? Weren't we going? Won't she be coming? Isn't she working? Wasn't he talking? Will he be starting? Is she washing? Weren't they smoking? Isn't she playing? Won't they be shopping? Is he walking? What are you doing? Where were you teaching? Why will he be studying? When aren't you meeting him? Who weren't you calling? When won't they be going? Why are you crying? When was he talking? What isn't she giving? Who will they be taking? Who isn't he talking to? When weren't they sleeping? Who were you visiting? Are you going to leave? Was she going to be going? Aren't you going to come back? Weren't you going to be going out? Wasn't she going to teach? Was she going to wait? Were you going to be making it? Is she going to decide? Isn't she going to wear it? Is he going to be cooking? Was he going to clean? Weren't you going to be using it? Aren't they going to change? What are you going to do? Where were you going to be eating? Why aren't they going to walk? When weren't they going to be working? Who is going to leave? Where are they going to be singing? When was she going to take him? Who wasn't going to teach? Where is he going to be standing? What were they going to be learning? Who was going to be teaching? Who isn't going to call? When are they going to be coming back? How is she going to do it? Are you listening? Will they be listening? Weren't you going to be watching it? Are they going to remember? Were they changing? Isn't she going to cry? Won't he be eating? Was he going to help? Isn't she going to be practicing? Wasn't she smoking? Aren't they resting? Will they be resting? Is she going to be waiting? Was she going to use it? Weren't they going to stop? What was she going to do? Who was going to do it? How are you going to help? Who was she writing to? Where will he be eating? Where weren't you going to go? When were you going to be singing? Won't she be taking the bus? What is he going to be washing? Who was going to come? Who wasn't going to be driving? Where is she living? Where is she going to be living? Why aren't you moving? When is he going to be starting? What is he forgetting? What isn't she sending? Are you able to study? Were they able to understand? Will you be able to meet her? Isn't she able to speak? Weren't you able to try? Won't you be able to help? Were you able to meet her? Will she be able to pay? Aren't you able to think? Won't he be able to fix it? Wasn't he able to sleep? What are you able to do? Where were you able to travel? Why will he be able to come? When isn't she able to rest? Who weren't they able to help? How won't you be able to go back? When will you be able to get it? Who was able to find it? What isn't she able to take? Who won't you be able to see? Who weren't you able to find? Where weren't you able to drive? Who isn't able to think? Where is she able to meet him? Who won't you be able to call? Where is she able to practice? Where were you able to eat? When will we be able to go back? Were you listening? Wasn't he going to be coming? Will she be eating? Wasn't she going to leave? Is he going to be helping? Aren't you watching TV? Was she going to be talking? Is he able to run? Aren't they going to be sending it? Won't he be able to give it? Isn't he crying? Were you going to take it? Weren't you going to be eating? Isn't he playing? Will he be taking the bus? Won't he be able to hear? Was he going to forget? Is she resting? What are you going to be eating? Who was coming? When were you able to explain it? Who are they going to be inviting? Who isn't she going to invite? Where won't they be able to stay? Who won't be waiting? When was she going to be getting up? Why aren't you listening? Where was she going to be sending it? When is he able to show it? What was she holding? Where was he going to smoke? How are they going to get there? Who isn't she going to be seeing? What wasn't she doing? Are you thinking of going? Were you thinking of going back? Will she be thinking of helping? Isn't she thinking about studying? Weren't you thinking of complaining? Won't he be thinking about doing it? Is she thinking of giving it? Weren't they thinking about coming back? Was he thinking of taking it? Isn't she thinking about buying it? Are they thinking of selling it? Were you thinking about meeting him? Isn't she thinking of returning? Was he thinking about staying? Are you thinking about changing it? Wasn't she thinking about driving? Weren't you thinking of talking to her? What is he thinking of doing? Where were they thinking of traveling? When will he be thinking about returning? Who isn't he thinking of telling? How weren't you thinking of going? When won't he be thinking of teaching? Who was thinking of helping? What were you thinking of throwing? What isn't she thinking about selling? Who was thinking of taking a trip? What weren't you thinking of drinking? Who isn't she thinking of contacting? Why was he thinking of giving it? Who aren't you thinking of meeting? When isn't she thinking of going back? Where was he thinking about eating? What will she be thinking of doing? Where is he thinking about living? When were you thinking of telling her? Who is thinking of driving? Are you going to be driving? Will she be able to drive? Weren't they thinking of walking? Were you going to be paying? Isn't she thinking of meeting him? Aren't you leaving? Was she able to stop? Will they be going to go? Were they able to sleep? Won't you be able to sleep? Is she going to be trying? Were they going to try? Is he thinking of trying? Weren't they going to be coming back? Where is she going to eat? What is she going to be doing? Who isn't she thinking of calling? Who wasn't thinking of helping? How are you going to be helping? Where is she resting? What isn't she going to eat? When wasn't she able to return? Who was able to meet him? When was he thinking about returning? How will he be able to do it? When is he going to be buying it? Where was he eating? Who will be eating? When weren't you able to tell him? Why are they going to travel? When will we be able to go back? When was she thinking of seeing him? When are you going to be dancing? Who isn't able to dance? When are you going to stay? Are you supposed to go? Were they supposed to be going? Aren't you supposed to study? Weren't you supposed to tell him? Wasn't she supposed to be coming? Were you supposed to listen? Are you supposed to be helping? Is she supposed to write it? Weren't they supposed to be resting? Were you supposed to wait? Is he supposed to wait? Aren't you supposed to watch TV? Were you supposed to be trying? Wasn't he supposed to be deciding? What are you supposed to do? Where were you supposed to be eating? When aren't you supposed to rest? Who weren't you supposed to be telling? How are you supposed to get there? Who is supposed to buy it? When isn't she supposed to be coming back? Who is he supposed to follow? Aren't they supposed to call? When is she supposed to pay him? Where were you supposed to be staying? Who is supposed to help you? Who are you supposed to help? When are you supposed to meet her? What isn't she supposed to be watching? Where are you supposed to play? Where were you going to play? Will he be coming? Isn't she going to be walking? Weren't they supposed to exercise? Weren't you supposed to be calling him? Is she going to like it? Isn't she going to be waiting? Weren't they thinking of telling her? Were you able to contact him? Was he crying? Won't he be able to explain? Aren't you supposed to be helping? Wasn't she able to understand? Wasn't he going to be driving? Will he be making it? Were you thinking of following him? Is she going to understand? Weren't they able to see? Was he able to forget it? Is she going to be taking him? Wasn't he supposed to bring it? Was she thinking? Are you going to need it? Were they thinking of starting? Weren't you able to believe her? Was he thinking of walking? Weren't you talking? Won't he be able to decide? Were they supposed to be cleaning? Were they going to be cooking? Were they fighting? Is he going to cry? Was he thinking of making it? Wasn't she going to be resting? Was she supposed to look around? Isn't she supposed to take him? What is she going to make? Who was able to return? How is he thinking of going? When was he thinking of returning? When wasn't he working? Where were they going to be getting it? Where were they able to swim? When was she thinking of paying? Who was able to pay? Who wasn't supposed to pay? Who won't be paying? What aren't they going to fix? What was she able to drink? When weren't you going to work? Who is she thinking about helping? When is she thinking of taking him? When will you be following? What is she supposed to open? When isn't she supposed to be relaxing? Who will be able to understand? Where will she be able to rest? When is she going to wake up? Where will he be waiting? Who wasn't able to contact her? Where weren't you supposed to go? What was she thinking of seeing? What were you thinking about learning? When is she going out? When is she going to go out? When were they able to go out? Where isn't he thinking of going? Who will she be able to see? Who is going to be able to work? Who isn't going to be working? Where was he crying? How was he eating? When were they able to run? Where was he thinking about running? Who is she supposed to be helping? What are you giving her? Who was she thinking about teaching? What were you able to pick? When will she be able to change? Who won't be able to understand? When are you going to take it? What is she thinking of making? Who was supposed to come back? Where aren't they going to travel? Who wasn't able to decide?